Pour yourself a cold one and join us for an hour filled to the brim with fun.
It hurts in my ears right now.
Entertainment.
Cheeky, bang, bang.
Information.
I need some water and a washcloth.
And a little weirdness.
Can I be a duck? Yeah, I don't think they want me to be a duck.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. Want to say thanks to our sponsors, American Elm Company. Thank you so much for the decor that you bring to our set. Also, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, our Ozarks Amphitheater. Surdike Yamaha for their year-round fun. Our veterinary, another one of our sponsors, they're bringing us our furry friends today, which is a cat named Fluffy Butt on the show. Yeah, a cat named Fluffy Butt. Also want to say thanks to Ozark Barge and Dock. Dock's built tough since 1988. Like I said, we have a fantastic show lined up. We have a Young Guns on the show, 18-year-old Kristen Cora that wrote a book called Outlaw Trail. You're not going to want to miss that interview. Also, we go check out the Food Truck Festival, a very successful food truck festival. But up next, we sit down with Shayna Abashan, and she's going to be telling us a little bit about Share the Harvest Food Pantry. We have a great show. It's all right here on Happy Hour.
The Avett Brothers, live in concert. Friday, June 16th, Ozarks Amphitheater. With special guest, Government Mule. The Avett Brothers, on sale now at ozarksamp.com and Bridal Cave. Don't miss The Avett Brothers, live, produced by Mammoth.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle, and we are sitting with none other than Shayna Abashan from Share the Harvest. Thank you so much for coming on to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
You guys have so much stuff that's going on and so many people that you help. Why don't you tell our viewing audience, what is Share the Harvest? Mm-hmm. Who are you guys and who do you help?
Okay. So Share the Harvest Food Pantry. We also have a thrift store and a garden. We our new tagline this year is "We Feed Camden County." So we want to be the nutrition and food source for those people who need a little bit of extra help. So we feed Camden County. We also reach out to some other residents in some of our border areas when it's not economically feasible for them to travel to another food pantry.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. And we also have a thrift store that helps support our operations. Our thrift store is open 6 days a week. So it's quite an undergoing. And last year we were voted by Lake Media as the #1 thrift store at the lake.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you have a garden center as well?
We do have a garden. We have a community garden where we grow fresh vegetables for our clients who come to the pantry.
That is fantastic.
To have some fresh food alternatives.
So how does this work? If someone is sitting at home and they're like, I could use a little help this week. Groceries are a little, my shelves are getting thin and money's not coming in as much as I thought that it would be. How do they go about doing this? Is this something that they just walk up to the front door and...
Yep, we do distribution on Tuesdays from 1 to 7, Wednesdays and Thursdays 10 to 4. So 3 days a week, all year round. And if there is a slight, I should say a small check-in process.
Yeah.
But it's pretty harmless stuff, and we will help people. So we don't refuse food. If somebody walks through our door, let's say if somebody walks through our door and they're maybe they're transient or they're in between locations from moving or whatever the situation may be. If they walk in and they say, I need some food, we're going to give them food.
Yeah.
We might direct them to other resources in their area if they're plan on moving to somewhere else where it might be a little closer to receive those services.
So where's the Share the Harvest located? Where's the thrift store located? Are they all in one area? Is it
They are all one area.
Okay, all right. Tell us about this.
Yeah, we happen to be one of the few resources just in the general Midwest area here that does have everything all on one site. So we have our food pantry and thrift store and our garden all in location. We're located down Highway 7 out of Greenview. Greenview is a little community between Camden 10 and Sunrise Beach. Down 7 Highway, 1 mile on the right-hand side.
Right there on the right.
Yeah, so I invite you to come in. We really pride ourselves in our thrift store of selling goods to people at a reasonable price. Everything I pretty much have on today came from our thrift store.
Very fashion forward, girl.
Yep. We have a great team of volunteers that really work hard in making sure that you're getting a good value. You won't find any rips, tears, or stains on any of our clothing items.
Nice.
You may, but we really do a diligent job at making sure you're getting a good quality for the prices that we charge. And we haven't raised our prices in, I want to say at least, I've been with Share the Harvest for 7 years. We haven't raised our prices in at least 7 years.
Oh, wow. That is amazing.
Yeah. So you can still get a nice shirt for $2. You can get a pair of pants for $4.
Yeah. So with everything that you have going on, all of the food that's coming in and has to get processed, all of the clothing and donations that are coming in and having to get processed, it seems like it takes a lot of people to make that work. And talking about delivering food and having options outside of the area, how do you make it all work? Like, what's your staff look like?
Well, we have a small staff, but we really pride ourselves on our volunteers. And unfortunately, COVID took away a big chunk of our volunteer force. Everybody was making, plans for their real retirement.
Yeah.
They may have retired, but we're still doing a lot of extracurricular activities. But so we really need a good volunteer staff. And we try to do a lot of things throughout the year to appreciate our volunteers. We usually do a picnic in June. We have a Christmas party during the holidays. And then there's times when I'll buy lunch for the week for the staff and the volunteers. So we do appreciate our volunteers, but we could use some more.
Yeah.
Our thrift store, we're pretty good there, but we would find somebody if the thrift store was where they wanted to be. We would find a place for you, but we really need some help in our food pantry.
Yeah.
We're a shop through pantry. If you've never been to our facility, I invite the public to come and stop by and see us. I love to give tours of our facility.
That's great.
Yep. And so, but it does take a lot of manpower to do what we do in our food pantry to feed the population that we feed.
And I would say for all of the viewers, if you have never volunteered at a place like this or seen the life changing that you could do just by your little work, you're just changing lives. You're really helping the quality of so many families that come in. That's a reward, and that's pay in and of itself to be able to see families come in that need some help and are able to get this help. And in the meantime, you get to do the shopping around and find some great outfits like this. I think it's great. What a really neat thing. And you also have, hopefully to be a year-round thing, there's a fashion show, is that right?
Yeah, we're going to be doing a spring fundraiser. We have not done a spring fundraiser, to my recollection. So this year we're doing a spring fundraiser. It's called Refashion Passion, where we're going to be highlighting some of the great clothing items we get donated. I mean, we literally get some things donated, they still have the price tags on them from Kohl's or Dillard's or some of your name brands, Macy's, things of that nature. So we get a lot of great clothing items that are donated from top to bottom. So
that's awesome.
From top of the head for a hat down to your shoes. So
how could people find out some information about the fundraising? Also, how could people donate and get involved with the volunteering or just dropping items off? How does this go about?
So we accept donations for any season all year round. We have a great storage part of our facility. So you can just drop things off. We're located at 689 North State Highway 7. And we have a Camdenton address, but we're located right here in Greenview. And you can call me at 573-873-5855 and speak to me or any of it. If you start pushing the numbers, you will reach a desk.
You'll find us somehow, right?
Yeah.
Now tell us a little bit about the mobile food outreach. We were talking a little bit before the show started, and this sounds like a very important thing that our community needs, because we know Missouri, there might be a town that takes 45 minutes to get to and doesn't even have a Dollar General.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Stoutland.
How is that even possible? There's a Dollar General on the moon, and there's not one in Stoutland.
Yeah, so there's not one in Stoutland.
Dollar General, listen, we need a Dollar General in Stoutland. Come on.
So Stoutland is one of those areas that we identified as being what we call a food desert. They don't have any services. They don't have a grocery store. They have a small little mom and pop little gas station, convenience store. But I will tell you, it's no bigger than a closet. So we are doing a community outreach for food with them once a month. We have partnered with Faith Bridge Church. So on the third Friday of every month for our Stoutland residents, we also get some residents that come over from Richland who come over and pick up food from us. On our first distribution, our goal when we sat down and were planning this, it was like, well, we didn't know what to expect. And our goal was, if we feed one family, that's one family that was fed.
Yeah.
And we ended up doing 45 families, our first distribution in January. It was cold. It was rainy.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, in 2 hours we had gave at least 25 to 35 pounds of food per family member in that household. So a family of 4 will walk out either of our facility or at our mobile with 25 pounds per person in the family.
That is just amazing. Share the Harvest Food Pantry. Let's real quick talk about some of the numbers of the amount of people that you guys are reaching.
Yeah, so in 2022, we served 6,200 households in Camden County. So
wow.
Yep. So we have our regular people who come month to month. We have some people who are on fixed incomes. A lot of our seniors in our area, if you knew the staggering low amounts of income that they survive on, they are near and dear to our heart. Yeah. So we also have a senior voucher program where I go and solicit funds from the Senior Citizens Tax Board, where we give out a voucher to seniors who can go and buy some additional groceries or some personal needs that they may need.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, so we do that. But yeah, what we had coming in last year into Share the Harvest and that was distributed was 900,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
So we pick up from our grocery vendors in our area. We have 7 of them right now. We go and pick up food that might otherwise end up in a dumpster.
That's amazing.
So this food is still viable, and we do our best to rotate that through and get that right out to our clients.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
The amazing things that Share the Harvest is doing, again, they are needing some volunteers right now. So one more time, how can they get a hold of you to volunteer or to help out?
Call me, 573-873-5855. Or come by and see me at our location. Come visit our thrift store. Ask for me. My name is Shana. Ask for me or any of our volunteers or managers who are on duty and you would like a tour of our facility. Once you see how big our facility is from looking at it from the road, it doesn't look that big, but once you see everything that we do, we're set up just like a grocery store.
Yeah.
We have a warehouse like a grocery store, walk-in freezers and coolers, and so once you see how big it is, you'll be amazed at what we do with what we do.
That is wonderful. Well, Shana, thank you so much. And volunteers, make sure you check out Share the Harvest. Thanks again for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
You be blessed.
Yeah, thank you.
More Happy Hour coming up after this.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
The Ozarks Amphitheater, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. Don't forget, Friday, June 16th, the Avett Brothers with special guest Government Mule are going to be here. Also, Walker Hayes, Ingrid Andress, and Ray Fulcher coming in Thursday, June 22nd. Don't forget about that preferred parking. It guarantees you a front row parking spot. Get your tickets and that preferred parking right now at ozarksamp.com.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
Fancy Light. The country music sensation is coming to Lake of the Ozarks.
Fancy like Applebee's.
Walker Hayes, Duck Buck Tour, June 22nd, Ozarks Amphitheater.
I'm just trying to stay out of it.
With special guests Ingrid Andress
Maybe I'm just wishful drinking.
and Ray Fulcher.
Living that y'all life.
On sale now at ozarksamp.com and Bridal Cave. Walker Hayes Live.
Like y'all. Like y'all.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour. We are here at the Lake of the Ozarks Food Truck Festival at the City of Osage Beach Park. And man, let me tell you what, this is day 2. We got here a little early, but things are already zooming along right now. And I know yesterday, congratulations to all the trucks that were here yesterday. Several of the trucks ran out of food, so they're not here today. But we showed up a little early, kind of before the big crowd gets here. But I've got to get some caffeine. So let's head on over to Barista Go and go see our good friend Ashley. She's the main coordinator of this big event. So we'll talk to her a little bit about all the stuff that's been going on. So let's go. All right, so we're here in front of Barista Go, and we got our good friends here. They're getting ready to make up a lot of fantastic caffeine for all these people that are in line. And so I would like to get a dirty chai if I could, please and thank you.
Would you like whipped cream on that, sir?
I would not like whipped cream on that. Shay, what would you like?
Could I do a French vanilla latte hot, please?
So how's the festival been so far?
Out of this world. It has been so much fun. It's been the best turnout we've had so far.
It's a lot smoother here in Osage. It seems to be going. It's a lot more fluid, a lot more movement going around. It's amazing. We really love it out here. A lot more room to move around. It's a smooth setup, and we're all in one area. And it's just what a beautiful time, what a beautiful day. And we just can't thank the city enough for working so much with us. They have been phenomenal and nothing but a huge help the whole way through. So it's Ashley put this together all herself. Literally, she did everything. She took the brunt of everything all on her back, and she is just an amazing Wonder Woman. I cannot give her enough credit for all of this. And she's so humble. She won't ever say anything, but she just takes it all and does it all. And there's so many sleepless nights and so many hours put in. She has hundreds of hours into doing this just for the community to bring everybody together, and she just loves it. Puts a smile on her face.
I love it. Now, how can people get involved for next year's food truck event?
We'll start sign-ups this summer for September's event.
All right, we got our coffee, and we're off to try to find some food trucks. And I think there's plenty to be had. Are you trying to take my coffee? Let's go. Well, in addition to all of the food trucks, there's also other vendors that are here. And my fiance decided she had to do some shopping, so Shay is buying a shirt here at one of our vendors. All right, we are here at Zach's Axes, and we have Maxine the Moose. And we also have Zach right over here. Zach, how's it been? This is day 2 of the Food Truck Fest here. And I love the concept. I've never seen a portable axe throwing event. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's been an awesome crowd. We've been busy all day. Yesterday, it's already looking like it's gonna be busy again today. Just a fun little activity. When you're full of food, come over to throw an axe.
Absolutely, and I love that Maxine's running around, playing, interacting with the kids, seeing a kid run over to her. I think that's so awesome. Now, I'm wondering who would be the better axe thrower, me or Maxine?
You've got some tough competition.
You think maybe we could take each other on? Let's do this, Maxine. Let's throw an axe. All right, here we go. Zach's Axes. Oh, Maxine won! Maxine's the winner. Congratulations, Maxine. All right, we are here with Eric. He's the Parks and Rec Manager here at the City of Osage Beach, and we have, what a cool event that we have going on here. So tell me about how this got started.
Well, Ashley, actually, with Barista Go Coffee and the Food Truck Coalition contacted the city and asked us if we would be willing to host this festival, and I said absolutely. Anything that's going to get people out in the parks with their families, enjoy the outdoors, we're all for it. So Yesterday, I think according to our counter, we had over 3,000 people to attend.
Wow.
Today, we're hoping for the same. We had a few trucks that ran out of food, unfortunately, but there's still a whole bunch here. We have bounce houses for kids. We have live music. It's a beautiful day, so bring the family out and enjoy your city park.
And I hear there's going to be another one in the fall, is that right?
In September, yes.
September.
In September.
Do you know the dates of that yet?
I do. It's the second weekend of September. I don't off the top of my head, but second weekend, I know that. So.
Okay, very cool. Well, I look forward to another great and successful and probably even bigger food truck fest in September, right?
Will definitely be bigger. I like to go big, each one of these things. So yeah.
All right, all of the things that you will find at the Food Truck Fest. There's even dog treats. So we are here with Barley. Hi, Barley, how are you? Oh, good. What's your favorite food truck so far? This one? Oh, yeah, because you get dog treats? Oh, yes, is that correct? Oh, are you wanting the mic? Yeah. So, Barley, what's your favorite dog treat here? That one. Oh, good choice. Good boy, buddy. Okay, we are here with Mindy, and Mindy, tell us what you don't have here.
We don't have any cheesecake left. So we're Wicked Sugar, and we do mostly gourmet cheesecakes and stuff like that. And we do things we donate a lot of desserts too. And this time we had cheesecakes. We had 160 cheesecakes. They're gone.
Yeah, we were here before it even opened, before 11 o'clock, and you had 8 or 10 people standing around here like yelling like it was the stock market. Oh, give me a cheesecake back here!
It's the cheesecake, yeah. People love it. They absolutely love cheesecake.
So you sold out yesterday at the Food Truck Fest, and you sold out already today.
We went home and we baked. So we went home early because we sold out early, and we baked probably till 4 a.m. again. Woke up at 6 to package it all and went out again.
Well, guess what? You got the rest of the day off, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wow. We're not baking anything. No. And we had cheesecake stuffed cones. We had cinnamon roll muffins. We'd like to do a lot of fun things with food. So we do a lot of desserts like you'd see like on TikTok or something. Just fun desserts. And we always change it. Every time we set up, we change it, but we always have cheesecakes. I mean, not now, but.
Oh, yeah. We almost always have cheesecakes until everyone finds out that we have cheesecakes.
Right.
And then they just buy us out.
Cream cheese pandemonium.
All right, well, I just ordered my fish and I got it, and I'm pretty sure there's like a few fish in there. Like they just swam into my, look at that, that looks so great. And you had the tacos, how were the tacos?
They were spectacular.
Some nice street tacos, and our friends down here, they got the fish as well.
It was delicious. Crispy,
amazing.
But flaky. So good.
Crispy, crunchy, and fish battery-y. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna eat some food truck food, because that's why we're all here. So you go do something else. Let me eat. Get out of here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think there's a second sauce.
Oh, there is. All right, we'll see you next time at the next Food Fest. Seriously, get out.
The Avett Brothers, live in concert. Friday, June 16th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
What I need to know, I'm happier with nothing.
With special guest, Government Mule. The Avett Brothers, on sale now at ozarksamp.com and Bridal Cave. Don't miss The Avett Brothers, live, produced by Mammoth.
Sadness.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals, parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've got to love Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour. We have Young Guns going on right now, a special edition presented by Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist. And today we have 18-year-old Kristen Cora, an author at just 18 years old. Kristen, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I am very impressed about reading about the history of your life. And at the age, as pretty much as soon as you were able to crawl, you were crawling around the house tying knots, tying anything that was like ropes or wires or whatever into knots. Yeah. How did this come about? What happened?
I don't know. I just picked up a jump rope one day and tied it in a knot, and I've been tying knots ever since.
So you started with knot tying, and then at the age of 2, you just automatically fell in love with horses. You didn't live on a farm where there was horses, right?
No, we had dogs and chickens and goats, but no horses.
And then all of a sudden you just started loving horses.
Yep.
And you still love horses, right?
Yes.
And you work around horses now,
yes.
right?
Yes, I'm retraining a rescue horse currently.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So what goes into retraining a rescue horse?
First is just getting to know the horse and seeing what traumas they might have, trying to get them through that. Like this horse, she was so head shy, if I even went to brush out her forelock, she'd just completely freak out and take off across the pasture.
Gotcha.
If I stepped on a leaf, same thing.
She would just get scared, like spooked out?
Yes, like she would lose her mind. But now I can like run through the leaves, she's fine with that. If I go to bridle her, she'll fall asleep. I can get on her now. I actually just took my first ride on her in several months, and she did very well.
And I would assume the learning of tying knots is really handy now when you're working around horses, because yes. I know you have to tie up the horses all the time. Yes. So you went from tying knots to the love of horses at 2 years old, to then writing a book. How do we get from tying knots to writing a book? What was your inspiration behind the book that you wrote?
Kind of just different things throughout my life have given me some inspiration for it, but a couple years ago I was watching some westerns and a new episode came on. It was just a random episode. I'd never seen the show before, but it was Laramie, and I was like, well that's kind of neat, and I got an idea that had nothing to do with the show, and during that hour-long episode I wrote chapter 1 of Outlaw Trail, and I read it, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna write this book and publish it, so.
So now where was your love of westerns? Was that from your love of just horses and you just couldn't get enough horses and you had to watch westerns, or was this something that like parents or grandparents would sit down with you and watch westerns, or?
I think it was the love of horses, but also my grandparents would watch Gunsmoke, and Grandpa
Mine
Darrell
too.
would watch The Rifleman, so
Yeah.
that's what I started off on, and
Oh yeah.
I started watching Westerns on my own, and I found Laramie, and I watched that a lot.
And you're like, okay, this is the thing. So from that, watching that, you started writing this book. What is the process of writing a book? Like, I've never even thought about chapter 1, chapter 2, like the building of the book. How does that go about from start to finish?
Well, it's different for everyone, but for me, I just started writing, and wherever my mind led me. Sometimes I would write in the middle, the end. Like, I started with chapter 1, then I wrote the middle of the book, and then just kind of wherever, then I filled in the gaps and bridged it. And what's kind of interesting is I didn't know what happened in the end because I was so tired as I wrote it, and I was so tired. It was almost Christmas, and I wanted to give the book to my best friend, just the PDF copy. And I just wrote it, gave it to her, and fell asleep. She read it that night, and the next morning she's like, "Whoa, I loved that ending. That was awesome." And I was like,
You're like, hang on, there was an ending?
yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's right, I did finish it. What happened?" And she's like, "Well, go read it." So I did, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's neat."
So you pretty much wrote it in your sleep. Okay,
Yes,
so
I do that a lot.
That has blown my mind because I'm not 18, but I can't write a book to save my life. I don't think so. And you write one in your sleep.
Well, some parts, yes.
That's young guns for you. Just the talent that you have for this. So now, in the process of your writing, were there times that you would, sit down with mom and go, "Hey, why don't you read this chapter? Does this make sense? Or do you have any ideas?" Or giving it to your friends or
There towards the end I did, once I completely finished it. I had Hannah go through it, and then my mom read it out loud to my family, just so we could catch anything that, should be changed. And then I went through editing it and then sent it off to my editor and went on from there.
So really the concept and the idea of like, I need to sit down and write a book, that wasn't how it started.
No.
You just watched the show and then you were like, I have an idea. I'm going to write something here. Next thing you know, you're a chapter into a book, and then you think, well, if I'm a chapter in, what's a few more chapters, right?
Yep, there are 32.
32 chapters and it's Trail Dusters Outlaw Trail by Kristen Cora, 18 years old, and you're homeschooled, right?
Yes, I was.
And so you graduated homeschool
Last year.
And you have plans for another book?
Yes, there are at least 2 more.
Oh my goodness. Now, are they all, like, do you like that Western feel, or are you trying to do different things, or what?
Well, I really love writing Westerns, and that's what I'm going to do first, but I do have plans for other books, like historical fiction set during the Age of the Vikings, and some more modern war-themed kind of books, but Westerns is what I'm starting with.
And so as far as being a young Western writer, are there any limitations? Like you think of, your Western writers are probably older and Western and, grew up around horses or whatever. And so as a young writer, are there things that you have to overcome to get your message out, if you will?
Not really that I've come across so far. A lot of the people so far that have been interested in my book have been, honestly, it's a big age gap. I've had 11 to in their 80s so far. So
I could imagine, because a lot of people see a young writer and they're like, well, I want to get in on this. I want to read what she wrote. And then there's a lot of your Western, because of course my grandparents, I think they had every Western book in their library. And so, there's older folks that would like to read it as well. So where could someone go about getting a hold of Trail Dusters Outlaw Trail?
You can go to my website, kristencora.com, and you can go to the shop page, or you could click on the photo or title of the book, and it'll take you there. So.
And as far as your next book, what's your, is this something that you go, okay, I try to sit down once a week, or do you just sit down when you have ideas where you go, hang on, I got to jot something down here? Like, how does that go? Do you have voice memos all the time on your phone of just ideas?
It's just whenever I have the idea, I always carry a notebook with me. sometimes I'll just talk into my phone as I'm doing dishes or whatever, and sometimes the phone has trouble understanding what I'm saying because it doesn't understand those old words. So I have to go through there and retype it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine. So you heard her talk about doing dishes. So even as an amazing author, when you're 18, you still have to do your house chores, right?
Yes.
So you can help support Kristen Cora. Make sure you check her out online, KristenCora.com, and check out her new book. And of course, probably several new books coming after that. I am so impressed with having you on the show, and thank you again so much for coming out. And good luck with all your next books that you have coming out.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we have a lot more of Happy Hour coming up right after this.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
The Ozarks Amphitheater, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. Don't forget, Friday, June 16th, the Avett Brothers with special guests Government Mule are going to be here. Also, Walker Hayes, Ingrid Andrus, and Ray Fulcher coming in Thursday, June 22nd. Don't forget about that preferred parking. It guarantees you a front row parking spot. Get your tickets and that preferred parking right now at ozarksamp.com.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. Holy moly, we got some stuff to talk about on A Cup of Coffee this week. Big blow up in the commissioners meeting, and you were all over that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I got a chance to review the audio from the meeting last Tuesday. Sheriff Tony Helms, Commissioner James Gohagan, they went at it, but that is just the start of what we got for you on this week's Cup of Coffee surrounding the Camden County Sheriff's Department and our Commission's office.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it. Welcome to another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. I'm Megan Albers. We're out here at Ozarks Cat and Canine Shelter to meet a furry friend who is a cat today. Let's go inside and see who we have. We're in here with Mary Meow Me Tilly, and we're gonna meet an adorable feline. Her name is Fluffy Butt. That's right, Fluffy Butt.
Yes, it is.
And she fits her name. She's very fluffy.
It's very descriptive.
Yes.
She actually came in with that name.
Okay.
That's not one that I got to name when she got here.
It's a solid name.
But yep, it's very suiting for her.
Yes.
So Fluffy is a long hair. About 2.5 years old.
Okay.
And she was an owner surrender. So going back, we always seem to go back and reference the pasta litter.
Yes.
Because the pasta litter was very big around here for a while. There
Yeah.
were so many of them. So Fluffy came from the same home that the pasta litter did,
Okay.
and she was possibly mama to part of them.
Okay.
There were like 3 mamas that we took in. The pasta litter came from all the different mamas, and nobody was really 100% sure which one belonged to which mama. But we took all of them in, and then Fluffy and the other adults that came from that house were indoor-outdoor cats.
Okay.
And there was a situation where we don't know who it was, but one of the adult cats came in the house, peed somewhere they shouldn't have, and one of the people in the house got very upset and said, when I get home from work today, these cats better be gone.
Oh, no.
Or I'm gonna make sure they're gone.
Well.
And so we got a frantic phone call, come help me, please help me.
Yeah.
And so we took in, I believe it was 4 adults from that house, 3 of them being mamas. And she's the last one we have left from them. And I think the reason she's left is because she's very beautiful, but she has been very shy.
Yeah.
And she's just now in the last probably month or 2 really starting to come out of her shell. Used to when I would walk into the cat room here, she's in our adult cat room. When I would walk in the adult cat room here, she would be hiding somewhere. I pretty much knew where she was hiding, so I could find her if I needed to, but she wouldn't just be out in the open. And now when I come in here, it seems like she's usually laying out on one of the beds. She likes to lay in front of the window and watch outside and everything. So she's starting to come around a lot more.
Yeah, that's good.
Probably not a big fan of being picked up and held yet, and that may come with time, but she was an indoor-outdoor cat, so she didn't get a whole lot of handling.
Yeah.
She's doing great indoors, no litter box issues.
Oh, good.
So hopefully she wasn't the one who caused the problem there.
Hopefully
not. And, and we want her to be an indoor cat now that she has adjusted, and she's doing great.
Yeah, she's super sweet. Like, it was kind of chaotic when we first walked in here, so she was hiding initially.
Yeah.
But then when she was just, laying on her bed, she just kind of hung out, and she's super affectionate, like had no problem with me petting her.
I think the reason she was hiding when we walked in was because shortly before you guys got here, one of the girls came in to brush her.
Yeah.
So being a long hair, she is a cat that's gonna need a little more maintenance than some of them. She's not a big fan of being brushed, but it is something that needs to be done periodically just to make sure that she doesn't mat up or anything.
Encourage her with some treats, maybe.
So the girl was in here brushing her, and then when we walked in the room, that employee walked in right before we did, and Fluffy took a look at her and went and hid. So I think she thought the hairbrush was back.
Yeah.
But I got her out of her hidey hole and put her on a bed, and then she was fine.
Just super great, super friendly. She gave me a little gentle love bite. It wasn't even a real bite. It was super slow motion. She was just like, okay.
No, one thing I do know about her, and one thing that we said about all the cats that came from all the adults that came from that house, was because they were indoor-outdoor and they lived in a trailer park. Apparently there were some kind of mean dogs that roamed around that area.
Okay.
So I think she would probably do best in a home without a dog.
Without a dog, okay.
Because they tended to be, we were told that they were pretty scared of the dogs because of the way the dogs that they had been around
Understandably
acted.
so, yeah.
So probably she does great with the other cats in here.
good.
So she doesn't need to be the only pet or anything like that, but probably a cat-only household.
Yeah, that's good. So let's get this sweet girl adopted. You can apply to adopt her at ozarkscatandcanine.com. Of course, you can swing by the shelter and meet her in person and give her all the pets. She's extremely soft. I can vouch for that. She's very, very soft. Also, you can apply to be a volunteer. Now, you guys accept a lot of different volunteers, right? Here at the shelter?
Yeah. Anybody who is 18 or older, that's the main restriction, you gotta be 18. Anybody who's 18 or older, we are happy to talk to them and find some kind of volunteer opportunity for them here. They can either come down here to the shelter and work with the animals, or they can volunteer up at our thrift store.
Okay.
The thrift store, with the exception of the manager, Penny, and one part-time employee, Other than that, the thrift store is entirely run on volunteers.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have people who want to help with the animals because they're animal lovers, but they can't be around them for whatever reason. You know, maybe they have allergies or something.
Yeah.
And so they can help the animals by helping out up at the store.
Awesome.
So if someone is interested in volunteering at the store, they can go up there in person or call and talk to the manager, Penny, and she would arrange for them to come in there and speak to them about times and what's available to do up there and everything. For down here at the shelter, we have an application that we ask you to fill out, which can be found online. On our website, there's a page labeled Volunteers. There's a link to our volunteer application on there. And it's not that we're going to turn anybody away or anything if they want to volunteer. We just want to know a little more about you.
Yeah.
We want to know what your experience is with animals and things like that, if you've ever volunteered at a shelter before or anything. And then get your emergency contact information. Hopefully we will never need that, but we are, you know, I always want to stress to people when I'm doing orientations, you know, we are dealing with live animals here, and situations like that can be unpredictable.
Yeah.
So we do have a liability waiver that we have people sign just in case there should be any kind of accident or injury while they're here. And also asking for a photographic release in case we take photos of them while they're volunteering, that we can post that on our social media and things like that.
Makes total sense.
So once I get those, I have recently been put in charge of volunteer orientations. We had a board member that used to do that, but she is retired now. And so I took that on as one of my things. So when I get those applications in, or if they don't have access on the computer, they can come fill out one in person.
Okay.
And then we would set up time to do an orientation. Usually takes about 45 minutes to an hour. It kind of depends on what all they're interested in doing when they come in. So like if somebody is coming in strictly to do cats, it's not going to take nearly as long.
Yeah.
And also, you know, a lot of people, you know, we sit down, they've got a lot of questions, you know, they want to know how things work, or, you know, we just get to talking about the animals and different scenarios and stuff. So I usually say 45 minutes to an hour. Once I get done with the person discussing like the basic do's and don'ts, give them a little tour of the shelter, then if they are interested in working with the dogs, dog walking, things like that, then I pass them on to a member of our dog team.
Okay.
And then usually Brandy, and she will take them around, show them like where we keep the supplies and how we go about getting the dogs out of the kennels and where they can be walked and things like that. After the person has done that orientation, then they can come in anytime they want during the hours that we're here, which is generally 8 to 4 Monday through Saturday, 8 to 2 on Sundays and holidays. They don't have to commit to any particular number of hours a week or a month. They can just come and go as they please, and you know, we want them to have fun while they're here. And you know, we're not going to force anybody to walk a dog they don't feel comfortable handling. You know, a lot of times what we've been doing with some of the newer volunteers and some of our older volunteers who aren't as comfortable actually walking the dogs on a leash, we'll put them in the side yard, like where we usually film the dog episodes, and we'll bring them a dog or two and let them be out in the yard with the dog, hang out there, and let them watch them and play, and then we'll come back a little bit later and swap those dogs out for somebody else until they get tired, and until everybody gets tired, and then just, you know.
So basically, there's a volunteer opportunity for anybody.
Yes.
I mean, depends on how much you want to interact with the animals. If you can't interact with them, there's opportunities up at the thrift store. So basically.
Yeah,
you
and
can
if
volunteer.
it's a rainy day, like if people come in, you know, they don't feel like walking the dogs because it's raining, you know, you can go sit in the kennel with them and spend some time loving on them in their kennels, or, you know, we have our what we call the assessment room. It's kind of our all-purpose room, meeting room and break room and all that, and you know, a lot of times they'll go back there with them and spend time, you know. So there's opportunities, even, you know, if you're not wanting to walk them on a leash, to spend a lot of time with the animals.
Well, good. So again, if you want to volunteer or you want to adopt Fluffy Butt, you can go to ozarkscatandcanine.com. Thanks so much, Mary. It's always fun to see you. And
always glad to have you.
Fun to hang out with the animals. That is it for another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
The Ozarks Amphitheater, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. Don't forget, Friday, June 16th, the Avett Brothers with special guest Government Mule are going to be here. Also, Walker Hayes, Ingrid Andress, and Ray Fulcher coming in Thursday, June 22nd. Don't forget about that preferred parking. It guarantees you a front row parking spot. Get your tickets and that preferred parking right now at ozarksamp.com.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
The country music sensation is coming to Lake of the Ozarks. Walker Hayes, Duck Buck Tour, June 22nd, Ozarks Amphitheater. With special guests Ingrid Andress
Maybe I'm just wishful drinking.
and Ray Fulcher. On sale now at ozarksamp.com and Bridal Cave. Walker Hayes live.
Thank you so much for joining us on another edition of Happy Hour. Again, I'm your host, DJ Kyle. Want to say thank you to our sponsors because without them, we couldn't do this. Thank you to our veterinary, also Surdike Yamaha for year-round fun, Ozark Barge and Dock, and our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, our Ozarks Amphitheater. Thank you again for your support of Lake TV and for Happy Hour. Also wanted to say a special thanks to all of the guests that we had on the show. Shayna Abashan with Share the Harvest. The Food Truck Festival was just a riot to go out and shoot. Also, Kristen Cora, the author of Outlaw Trail, only 18 years old. Make sure you check out her book. And of course, our furry friends. We have a great show coming up for you next week. We have another furry friends that's going to be on the show next week. Also, we visit Shortleaf Brewing Company in Camdenton, Missouri. Got to check that out. And we go for our Talk of the Town on the pub crawl. It's going to be a fantastic show. So make sure you join us back here next week at Happy Hour on Lake TV. Again, I'm your host, DJ Kyle. And this week, let's try something new. Try to be kind to one another. Let's do that. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks again for joining us.